Now
It's called.
we are live, and what I was just telling Steven is I've got to go live on what he just showed me because that dog is like a freaking teddy bear looking thing.
Actually, it's called the teddy bear breed. It's
Yeah,
funny.
you were telling me that. I wouldn't have
I
come
was
up with
gonna
that,
say you
but
came
it
up with something
really
new,
does.
man.
It looks like a damn teddy bear.
Tiny,
Uh,
tiny, tiny little puppy.
it does it. It's
Yeah.
not that tiny. How old is that thing?
8 weeks.
Dude, that dog is going to be bigger than 25 pounds.
Nope.
My dog was that.
Mom is 17 pounds. Dad is 20 pounds. And
I'm telling you, dude. My dog. Oh wait, you're not Ashley because yeah.
see these
My
paws?
dog
They're
was
tiny, man.
smaller than that at 8 weeks and is now 42 pounds.
But I bet you it had enormous paws.
No, huh?
Just kidding.
I'm telling you, that dog's going to be bigger than 25 pounds.
Well, it's a great dog. It looks cute, right?
It's cute. Is it potty trained yet?
Actually, yeah. Yes, we've only had it home
What?
since Sunday, man. And
Come on.
not kidding. Yesterday, I was trying to teach her name, right? So I'm holding the food out for her after she responded to her name, trying to get her into it. And she had just gone pee, and I'm like, okay, all right, good. So now let me walk inside. And I walked inside. She always follows me. She didn't follow me. Yeah, So I basically called her name again. She responded. I held out the treat, and she wouldn't show up. She wouldn't come up, but she was looking at me. And she barked twice, turned around, and went number two in the yard, and then came in and got the treat. And I'm like, oh my god, I love you. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So whoever the owners were teaching the puppies to where to do their business.
No, actually, she'd never even been outside.
What the heck, dude?
Yeah, I know it. I know it.
So Shelly
However,
wants to know what's her name.
Jude, like the Beatles song.
Hey Jude,
Don't make it bad.
don't make it bad. Yeah, I'll stop singing now. So for those of you that are on, we don't just talk about dogs, but Steven had his new puppy, so we just started talking. This is After Hours Real Estate. Steven is obviously in his closet behind platform 9 3/4. And I am out enjoying this amazing hill country December weather because it's
relate it. Wait,
incredible.
let's relate it to mortgage. Say platform 9 and 7/8.
9 7/8. That's right.
Yes, mortgage,
Platform
great terms.
2 5/8.
All right, say bye bye to the puppy.
Bye, Jude.
Bye bye. All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. You want one of these? Here, take those guys for you too. All right, good.
Give her a beer also. You can't be the only one drinking beer.
She's a little young. She's a little young.
Oh, I thought it was your
Maybe.
wife. No, give your
that was my
dog a
wife. That was my
beer.
wife. She had me get
Give your wife a beer, not the dog.
she went out and got the beer, but she also got a thing of White Claw.
No.
White Claw? Yeah.
No. The answer is no.
She loves White Claw.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were saying for you to drink on this show, and I said I'm gonna have to find another lender.
I'm a steak and beer guy, and I would expect that, by the way. I'm a steak and beer guy, and she doesn't really like steak that much, but she'll eat it occasionally, and she doesn't really like beer that much, but she'll eat it occasionally, So
That's fair. So, guys, those of you that are here, we're here to talk about real estate and mortgages, not about dogs and stuff. But do puppies come with a closing on a house? Absolutely not. Well, maybe if Robert.
They used to in some cases. In fact, a lot of builders used to give away cars when you would build.
Oh yeah, the cars, yeah.
And vacation packages and things. In fact, there's a rule called RESPA. It's real estate, right? Let's talk about it. There's a rule called RESPA, the Real Estate Settlement and Procedures Act, and one of the things in it that's new. It states that a lender cannot exchange anything of value for settlement business. That's literally the terms. And the only reason I really know that is because it haunted every lender's nightmare dreams forever. Because, say I'm going to meet a realtor for coffee and I buy the coffee out of a respect, hey, thanks for meeting me here. Is that something of a value if she closes with me? Right. By the way, would a lead be considered something of value? The whole law was very, very broadly interpreted, of course, because the lawyers were like, no, we're not going to do anything in the very beginning. So you went straight from being able to give away trips to, which I wasn't lending at that time, but, do that kind of thing, to then not even be able to go out to lunch with like your favorite friends. Kind of thing.
Well, and that's interesting because, let's time out, pause that. Talk about what you're drinking.
Oh, yeah, touche.
Because, by the way, it's after hours real estate, so we have to drink beer or whiskey or whatever. Love
You're gonna
straight blonde.
stick with the Texas theme tonight.
I will abstain from giving my views on Carbach.
Yeah, if it's not positive, I want to hear it.
Yeah, Carbach used to be a great brewery before they sold out.
What did I just say? What did I just talk about?
I know. I said they used to be a great brewery. That's positive.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay.
Maybe.
That much.
Okay.
That much.
I'm not in Texas tonight. We are back out in toppling Goliath land in Iowa with this.
Show me the corn behind you. Sweet corn? Sweet corn? You guys grow sweet corn, don't you?
I can't read this. King Sue. King Sue is a double IPA. It's hard to read. There we go. That's better. And it's got a dinosaur on it. See, you like that?
It's kind of a confusing. What is a Sioux?
Well, they're
Okay,
they have different IPAs, and it's just their names. And they have a pseudo Sioux, which is their regular IPA. Their King Sue is their double IPA, and they have a couple of other ones, but I don't have them, so I don't know them off the top of my head.
All right.
So anyway, since I'm an IPA guy, actually, I think I've talked about toppling Goliath on here before, but if you can get your hands on, it's kind of like Tups. If you're an IPA guy, you know what Tups is, and if you don't know what Tups is, you need to, because there's some of the best IPAs that are brewed, and they're brewed, I think, in the Dallas area. But if you are an IPA guy or girl, and you have not had toppling Goliath yet, find some toppling Goliath. It's hard. Damn it, Michael. I'm gonna get something else for you. I'm sorry. Next week I will have something else. But Michael, I think the problem is I just don't think you're drinking the right IPAs. I think you need to try some of my suggestions, and I think you might have a better time. I'm gonna that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, hang on. Prost. So let's go back to Respa.
Yeah, basically it means we can't give anything of value at all if somebody is going to settle business with us. So I've got a guy in Michigan that I went to high school with. He looked me up online. He's a mortgage lender now today. I hadn't talked to him in years, and great guy. But he sent me a lead, and there's nothing I can do. I can't send him a gift card to say thank you if I wanted to. In fact, he even texted me one time when I sent him a lead a couple years later, which is the best you can do, right? That closed. He said, "I owe you a steak dinner," and I just replied to the text. I said, "You violated RESPA just now, right?" So that'll violate RESPA. It was one of those things. It was just like it's a joke within the industry, but it's not a joke because people go to jail for this stuff.
No.
So
and I want to talk about it seriously because and this is on the real estate side. It's something I always try to get across to people about new homes, and I think you probably know where I'm going to go with this. There are so many people that go to a new home builder and they don't take a realtor because they think that they're going to get a better deal because the new home builder doesn't have to pay a realtor the commission, and they can get that commission counted against their, like take that 3% off of their sales price or whatever. Mm-hmm. They are not allowed to do that. That's RESPA. The only people that are allowed to see any income based on a real estate transaction in the state of Texas are realtors and lawyers. And lawyers, of course,
there's that. There's that.
What's that?
Unless you hack the web page like they did with ABOR.
Well, yeah, fair enough. But
that actually happened.
The thing that you've got to understand is, if you get a builder that says, "Oh yeah, we'll take 3% off the sales price," guys, they were going to take that off anyway and more. But you just think that they gave you something and you got away with something, and that's all they're giving you. You're not getting crap. That's a horrible deal.
I can't wait to start. I can't wait to start this. It's not even funny.
So
I got a story about a builder that happened just today.
Oh jeez.
Builder gets this guy who I just got qualified today after 4 months. Okay, so it was kind of a huge victory day for me today. Okay, this guy went to go to the new build. Okay, didn't have a realtor representing him. All right, like you just said, first mistake. I tried to talk somebody else out of that today too. He went there. They managed to say, look, this home's going to go soon. You better put some money down to hold the home, right? And finagle them out of his money. So he put what money he had onto the home. And then they pulled his credit a few days later and were too late to get back to him in the allotted time to get your money back.
No way.
And he had like a 570 credit score, and you can't get a house with that. I mean, you couldn't prior to COVID with that. So the guy started panicking and started calling around, and he found me randomly, believe it or not. It's rare that happens because I don't advertise.
Right.
Anyway, bottom line is I got his credit fixed up, and I've got him doing a down payment assistance program. And he later inquired with the builder's lender, and he was like, hey, it says on your website that you offer these programs. Why didn't you offer them to me? And they just went silent. They stopped talking to him. They stopped calling him back. I'm sure they felt like an idiot or something, but I mean, it was just like crickets, right? And then I look at their incentives. They were given $500 in incentives with a 3.625. Well, this guy's getting a 3.375, and I'm covering 4% of the loan amount.
And he doesn't have a realtor who can tell him that a $500 incentive for using an in-house lender is a crap deal.
Terrible. I had one client one time where I wasn't able to beat the lender, but I was able, the builder's lender, but I was able to match the price just for threatening them, that not threatening, but I guess, saying, hey, I might go with this other lender because he has the same numbers as you, and I really like the guy. They lowered the sales price by $10,000
every time
on the phone call. Makes you wonder what else they can do, right?
Oh yeah, so, and that's the thing, and that's where I was going with it. So when they tell you that we'll give you the 2% or 3% that we would give to a lender, guys, it's horse crap, because it's not even in the same money. The money that builders pay realtors with is marketing expenses. It's not. It has nothing to do with the sales price. It's off on the other side of their ledger. The two don't even come into the same account. But they're going to tell you that you're getting your deal, so you don't have somebody like me come in and tell them that you're going to do a 3-phase inspection, that you're going to hold the bill. Oh, but we've got our own third-party inspectors. Oh, horse crap. Oh, my God. And I say this all the time. If you're going to go buy a new home, I don't care if you use me. Just find a realtor that knows what they're doing, and use somebody. Use somebody. Because the builders, it's the Wild West, man.
It's funny. I say that to my clients too.
And I love just about all of my builders, but they know I'm going to hold them to the fire.
Yeah. God, I hope my wife doesn't see this, but she represented us when we bought our home. She doesn't do real estate anymore because we have kids, but hey, let's save the money when we buy.
Absolutely.
Right? And so she represented us.
And she's experienced.
Well, she was very experienced for about a year and a half, and then got out of it because she got pregnant with a kiddo.
Right.
I mean, she did way above average her first year.
Yeah.
I was really proud of her. But she didn't have, say, your experience. And that's not being mean. She just doesn't. A year and a half, hello. She didn't have it. And we got taken to the cleaners from these builders. It was bad. They were adding stuff 2 weeks before closing to the price. Yeah, I mean, it was really bad. And I do the mortgages. I don't negotiate with the builders, and I can negotiate with the lender. That was easy. I got a bunch of stuff from them, right? Yeah, but I didn't know what I was doing really with negotiating with the builders. You get what you pay for. You do. You just do. I mean, all these people down the road that got like free shutters and things thrown in, and we've started paying like $150 per window for the shutters, and I'm installing them myself. It's like,
what about blinds? Did you get blinds?
Right? Oh yeah, blinds.com. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you didn't get them thrown in.
It's easy. No.
Huge help asking the right questions. Yep. It pays to have somebody. And I think, Michael, because it doesn't matter to me, I am not sure. I don't think you have to be licensed in Texas in order to get paid. Oh no. Yeah. It has to be a broker relationship. So you could do it, but it would have to be through a broker and then a referral fee. Forgot about that. But yeah, I mean, and it doesn't matter where the realtor is, because by and large, real estate is real estate. Now there's different laws in different states and all that other stuff, but real estate's real estate. If there's, if you know anything about negotiating new home deals or whatever, you can help people in other states. That's fine. Now your realtor should tell you, hey, I don't know the lay of the land, but this is what I do. Like, that's the correct answer.
Here's a 101. Find somebody that's local. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And most people, well, see, and that's the great thing, Michael, is that as when you're a buyer, you don't pay anybody anything.
Right.
But do you know that I think National Association of Realtors is not going to allow me to say that anymore?
Oh, now actually, this I'm very interested in. I wanted to tell you about the rates on the best down payment program I ever saw in my life just today, but um, I need to know this. This was all over the place. They were saying that it was going to change the way we do real estate. It's not going to pay the realtors. Are you actually not allowed to talk about it?
Um, I don't know yet.
Oh wow. Well, then let's talk about it later. It'll be a future topic. I'd
No,
love to
no, no.
discuss.
It's good, but I'll just say what I think. What I'm hearing is going to happen is that I'm no longer going to be able to quote unquote advertise or tell people like I just told Michael, "Hey, you're a buyer. You don't pay me anyway. The seller pays me." Because although that is 100% factual, the buyer is buying the house and my commission is tied up as a part of the house purchase. So National Association of Realtors is trying to say that they are no longer going to allow me to be able to tell buyers that. I don't know.
So they're redefining. Okay.
The buyer
Problem is that you
agency.
are forcing the buyers to pay. However, you sell anything, you get a commission, right? I mean, that's kind of how it works in the world. So I always kind of wondered how they. So now they're going to redefine what selling is. That's really funny.
I guess. And well, and here's the
Darn
other
dirty
thing.
lawyers, yes.
So, and I do something that is terrible for a realtor. Okay. I don't know when the last time I have had somebody sign a buyer's representation agreement with
That's
me.
not terrible. They can rip those things up the day after they sign them. It doesn't matter.
They can, but I've gotten taken advantage of to the tune of about 20 grand before. It's bit me in the butt and I've lost a lot of money. But yeah, Michael, damn right, that's censorship.
Thank you,
It
Michael.
has
Sure.
bit me in the butt before. But if you sign a buyer's rep agreement, you have to understand that as a buyer, that agreement says that if the seller refuses to pay your buyer's agent, then you as a consumer are going to be responsible for paying your buyer's agent. And that's cash out of pocket. So if you've got somebody that's trying to hold you to signing a buyer's rep agreement, you better have some very specific questions that you're asking them, such as, if we find a house that the seller refuses to pay, am I going to have to come out of pocket 3% for your brokerage? Because a lot of the large brokerages, that's 100% the case.
I
100%.
wonder how many realtors don't even know that.
Probably a lot of them. Now, my caveat with everybody is, well, everybody that signs one of these, which is not very often. Again, I don't think I've had anybody sign one in 4 or 5 years. But the caveat is, there is no way in hell that I'm going to make you pull $5, $6, $10, $15,000 out of your pocket and pay me, because what you're going to tell people online about the jackass realtor that made you pay him when the seller wouldn't is going to ruin my reputation far more than me losing $5, $10, $12,000. It just doesn't make sense. I mark it up to, you know what, I helped somebody for free. Merry Christmas.
I've done that a few
That's
times.
tough, man.
I had a new build just last week where the clients were just getting thrown around by the builders, and 30 days before the closing, we did a 45-day lock on their rate, and then at 45 days when we were supposed to close, which of course the builder took to the very 45th day, they said, "I'm so sorry, we need 2 more weeks." It's like, God, come on. No, they said they needed 1 more week, so we extended it, and then after a week, they said, "We need another week. We're really sorry, just 1 more." And it's like, well, now it's going to cost 0.5% to extend. And I had to give up some of my commission just to, I don't know. I felt like it wasn't their fault. So I did that for them, but it didn't feel good. Right?
No, it sucks when by right, the builder needed to be the one giving up that 0.5%. But
it's funny when you and I have to discount, it's usually when we've worked the hardest. Have you noticed that?
oh, that's a fact. I've never discounted a deal that went smoothly.
Right, right.
Ever.
Why? Those are the ones you should discount, right? It doesn't
Right.
make any sense.
To the big one to the buyer's agent is just what happens if, because here's the deal. When you sign a buyer's rep agreement, what's that?
So how about how many closings have you had last year? That'd be the number one question I'd ask.
You know
Sorry,
what?
man.
I mean, no, that's fine, and we'll talk about that one here shortly. But the number one, God, I'm trying. when in reference to the buyer's rep agreement, the number one thing is when you sign that, generally there's going to be an established territory and an established timeline, such as I am helping Michael Smith buy a home in, typically what I would do is Central Texas. That doesn't limit if you want to go out of area, but if you're going to buy in Central Texas and you're going to work with me, and there's going to be a timeline involved. Okay. But if you as a consumer find a for sale by owner and you want to buy that house, technically that buyer's rep agreement ties you to that agent. And for sale by owner may or may not pay a realtor, or they may pay a portion. So they may pay 1% or 1.5%. And the question is to that realtor, let's say I find a for sale by owner and they're not going to pay any commission, what do I owe your brokerage? And if the question is, or if the answer is 3%, even though the likelihood of that is not very good, it's just something about, I don't know, man. It's that to me, that's an issue. If I'm a consumer and I'm like, hey, what if I find a for sale by owner and I want you to represent me, but they're not going to pay you, or they're going to pay you 1%. Oh no, my brokerage requires that I get paid 3%. May not, maybe not. I don't know. Me personally, I'm not telling you how to run your life, but
your friend.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. But what was your question, Steve? Oh, how many deals you've closed?
Yeah, I mean, what statistically, like, what, half the realtors out there only do 0 or 1, like, throughout the whole year?
Well, yeah, I think the average working agent does somewhere between 7 and 12,
That's
or
fine.
maybe it's 7 and 10.
Hey, you see a lot. You'd see a lot with that if you were doing that every year. That'd be fun.
Yeah, well, and what average consumer's doing 7 real estate transactions a year? So yeah,
but you have run into things that you would now see after your years of doing this at that many transactions that you have been doing each year, right? And if you were a rookie, a lot of that stuff you just don't even know to look for, or
right.
If you see it, you don't even know it's an issue.
Yeah.
So I would just say, how many? I hate to say for newer agents, right? Because I'm not doing them any favors. But how many years have you been doing this, and how many people did you help last year?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
What do I care about, really?
Here's my concern on that. And I'm the type of agent I am. I'm not a transactional agent. I'm not like, my goal is not to do 100 transactions a year.
Let me say it this way. What I'm trying to avoid is for someone getting the realtor that does 3 transactions a year max.
Correct. And that's not where I was going. I was going more on, and since Michael's asking about, what would you ask an agent? Okay. So if you're going to ask an agent, how many real estate transactions did you do last year? If that agent tells you that they did 150 deals last year, I would take a real strong pause what I was going to enter into a contractual relationship with them.
Yes.
What they are telling you,
with them.
What they are telling you is that they did a deal every 2 days. That is humanly impossible. So the next question out of my mouth is, okay, how big is your team and who are you going to pass me off to? Because another thing that a lot of people don't realize is that if you're a buyer and you want to work with, this big powerhouse realtor, if you're a buyer and you call that realtor, they're more than likely going to pass you off to one of their buyer's agents. And buyer's agent is typically code for a person who hasn't been in the business long enough, because experienced agents really, really, really want to do sellers, because there's not as much work involved in sellers as there is buyers. Dude, cool. I am dropping all of the real estate facts just out. I am laying them out, man. And quite frankly, I mean, right. I mean, I've got people that I have tried to find a house for 5 years, and that's what being a buyer's agent is about. Yeah. And that's fine. It's cool. I like that part of it.
Keep going.
Fair. I can't find him a damn house. But if yeah, exactly. But that's the thing. It's humanly impossible to do that many deals in a year. And usually when you're doing that, you're dealing with a team. Okay. And a guy that I have huge for, and he's a hell of a nice guy. but his advertisements have changed. And it's funny because I started calling out the advertisements and then they slowly changed. So Christopher Waters, everybody's seeing Christopher Waters International Realty, 500 clients we helped. Or no, it used to be I helped 500 clients last year. Really, Christopher? Did you really?
Right.
How did you do that? So
mastered the skill of
yeah, exactly.
osmosis and all the rest. Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm there, I'm not there.
I mean, realistically, somebody I think personally, and this is because I don't know, and Michael just said that this lazy realtors, I think I'm a little bit of a lazy realtor because I know that to reach my goals in life, if I'm doing 50 deals a year, I might be working harder than I want to, because that's a closing every week, and that is a hell of a lot of work. It's a hell of a lot of work.
Yeah, people don't understand it though. You just open a door and that's the end of it, you know.
Yeah, there's no real understanding of what goes on this side of everything and the stress. But
so you try it and spend your whole life savings and you can't make a single deal happen, and then you go back to your old job, right? What is it? Has the 95% dropout rate for people that try to be realtors?
It's something like that. It's over 85%, I know. And but when times are good like this, everybody and their mom's getting in because they know at least two friends that are buying a house, and the first couple of deals are real easy. And then, when the, things turn the other way, everybody gets out.
My very first mentor, the first guy that got me into the business, actually, he was telling me about 2008. And he was saying that, he was doing 10 deals in a month, 12 deals in a month. And all of a sudden it went to, and the lenders have to do more deals in a month, right? We sit behind.
Yeah, y'all don't get paid the same rate. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't get paid the same at all, actually. We get paid on the loan amount, not the purchase price, and it's usually like 1/3 of what you make, if not more.
Yes.
But he was telling me about 2008 and about how he was doing like 10 loans in a month. By the way, it's phenomenal, by the way, to do that many loans.
Then yeah, that's a big year.
Dude, I've only done like once in my career. So, and then 12 loans a month to like 2 to 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Didn't have any loans for months. He said then after about 5 or 6 months, he had like 1 or 2 closings, and then he had like 5 or 6 closings, and then he had like 15 closings, and then he had like 20 closings. And he was like, I was so busy. I had the best year of my career to date. But I went for almost half the year not even doing any business.
Wow.
Everybody else got out of the business, and I was like the last man standing.
That's why.
So it took about 8 months.
One of my favorite stats, and I don't know where I saw this, and I what I need to do is go back and refresh it. But when foreclosures start occurring, like when the market turns and foreclosures start occurring, one of the first groups of people that start losing their homes, cars, and toys are realtors.
I was going to say... Makes sense to me. Home inspectors, realtors, and lenders, right?
Because but here's the thing: when times are good, everybody's spending money like they got tons of it, and nobody saves any money. You're a lender, you know this.
Yeah, I do. I see it every day, and I'm no better myself either. So I can lecture everybody all day long, but it's easier said than done.
I'll push my chest out a little bit and say that I'm probably better than the average bear.
Probably. You ever listen to something like The Richest Man in Babylon?
I haven't. We're Dave Ramseyites.
That's fine. Same thing.
Not like, yeah, okay.
I could sum the whole book up in one sentence. Pay yourself first.
Absolutely. Well,
right? You get a paycheck, save a certain amount, don't touch it. That's savings. You never touch it. Everybody else gets to get paid. Now you pay your cable bill. Now you pay your rent.
That's right.
But pay yourself first. Most people do the opposite. They pay everything and they're like, "What's left over? I'll get it next month." Right?
I pay the most important stuff first. We give away 10% off the top. Give it away.
Weed. You said weed.
Weed. We take care of the most important stuff first. Weed, cocaine,
alcohol, cocaine, the crack scheme. Yeah, that's so funny going through the list. Not made for children. Sorry. I borrowed $20.
Michael, I charge 80% interest on hard money loans. I'm sorry.
By the hour.
Compounded daily, yeah.
Yeah. No,
but yes, we give away 10% off the top. I give Uncle Sam his money. Then the next thing is saving 20%, and then we live off of what's left.
What are you, a Christian or something?
Kind of.
I've heard that before.
A little bit.
10% to the church.
Well, we don't do church though.
I'm kidding.
Well, we do sometimes, but we just give to, I don't know. I don't trust a lot of people, even though I'm very trusting. And I know that's really weird, but
Okay.
like I don't trust if I give somebody money that I'm like, do you have the same ideals in mind that I do? I'm a little weary. So we give money usually directly to organizations that we believe in.
Sure.
And then because I feel like if I skip the middleman, like it's going into politics, but I hate giving money to the government to then give out because, well, we know why.
And you know what? The most impactful things I've ever done in my life is to one-on-one mentor young men that have asked me for the help. I
That's
didn't,
awesome, dude.
didn't sign up for anything. They just asked me for help, and I'm telling you right now, you want to feel good about yourself. Get somebody that's younger under your wing. You know, even if you're not the best person to give them advice, you know, if you're in your late 30s, you've got some advice to give them. You know, you've been
Yeah,
there, you've done
absolutely.
it. It's absolutely, yeah. You should do that. So I'm right there with you, sir.
Man, it's still one of the best feelings. You know, I used to be a coach and a teacher, right?
I didn't know you were a teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
probably did know that like years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I taught for, I guess, for 13 years, and still
That's
some of the,
fantastic. Go
yeah,
ahead.
exactly, exactly.
Funny.
Some of the best, like,
Wait, 13 years?
yeah.
You should reach out to all those old students and tell them you're a realtor.
Oh, they know.
Okay,
They
I was
know,
gonna
dude.
say.
I mean, that's what
All right,
social media is for, right?
some of the best what?
Um, some of the like the best feeling is when, you know, like I still reach out to them, just kind of text or social media and all this other stuff. And like today, this one was, you know, I've got a little thing that I do on Facebook Messenger, just kind of reaching out to 10 or 20 people a day and just kind of little positive word, you know. And every once in a while, it's some of my former students and players. And one of them today was, you know, he responded basically just kind of thanking me for what I did for them and for, you know, for him and for the other guys and all that other stuff. And it's like, oh damn, dude, you know, 10 years later and that's still on your mind. Like that's cool. That's cool stuff.
Really cool.
Yeah.
It's moments like those, you know. It's funny. The older you get, at least for me, that's the kind of stuff I'm looking for. The guy that I was talking about today, that I, you know, we helped to fix up his credit, right? I say we because he did a lot, but you know, so I advised him what to do, and then he did all the hard work. And then, you know, now he's approved. He's going to buy this house. He's approved by 2 credit points, by the way. This was a close thing, and you know, he pulled one of those. You know, I'm a husband. You know, I'm a father, and I'm about to, you know, to provide a home for my family, thanks to you, kind of thing. And I was tearing up, and he was tearing up, and yeah, man, it feels good.
It's freaking
Cool.
awesome. Yeah.
I,
That's a
by the way, okay,
awesome feeling. What's
this
up?
is leading into what I actually want to talk about today. We've already been doing this 32 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, geez, we need to kind of start looking at shutting
Can't
it
even
down, but I
see
know
you.
you want to talk
You
about
need like
something.
lighting.
Yes, I
I
do.
would get to save it for next time, but guess. Okay, if you are living in Travis County or going to buy a home in Travis County,
Mm-hmm.
and you make, you know, less than $78,080. Okay, and by the way, if you're making that much, you could afford somewhere between 250 and 300 and maybe 10,000, depending on how many debts you have, etc. Assuming
Yeah.
you qualify, of course. Guess what? 4% of a down payment amount. So let's say you're doing the
8 grand,
300,000, right? So now you're doing $12,000
12 grand.
free in your closing cost, which reduces it significantly. What kind of rate do you think that comes in?
I mean, I'm guessing somewhere around 3%, just under.
Well, go ahead and guess.
2825.
2.375.
Whoa.
You need a 640 credit score. You got to be buying in the Travis County area, and you can't make more than $78,080. But 2.375% fixed, locked in rate. And if you're buying that $300,000 home, it comes with $12,000 off the price tag, not on the house, but on the closing cost and down payment. It covers the down payment for you.
Holy cow. So I'm going to need that in an email from you so I can put together I'm going to need a little social media pop with that on there.
Yep. And you said 3%, right? Or right around 3%?
Yeah, I figured just under 3.
Let's just say you did that then. You took the 3% option. That's actually the highest option this one has. You can't end up getting a higher rate than that unless you went for a different program, conventional. But it pays you 6% of the down payment amount.
So it takes care of all closing costs, all down payment.
Everything.
You're moving in with a signature.
Yeah, in fact, in most cases, you end up doing more than the minimum down payment with that much money because there's so much left over. You're not allowed to take cash out, so you got to put it in the house. Have you ever heard of anything like this before?
No, dude, that's insane.
I'll tell you, if you're making less than $78,000 a year and you're not in the twos, you need to be reaching out to somebody who uses down payment assistance programs. I mean, period.
That's crazy.
And if you're making less than $97,000 a year combined, right, in the household, you can still qualify for programs like this. Not as good as these rates, but still great rates.
Well, and that brings up something that I was looking at. Oh, got a little buck down in the field. My wife is pointing with her hands. Look at the buck. So I just saw this from NAR, National Association of Realtors, and it's a study. I haven't been able to look at it yet, but the headline is 38% of renters can afford to buy a home.
Oh, yeah.
38% of renters can afford, and it's probably higher here.
I was say probably way more.
So, and that goes right along with what, because that's a huge, oh my God. Are there any kind of so here you go. Here is the, and Michael just said that, is Travis County less expensive than Hayes? Parts of it.
Far more expensive, last I checked.
Well, parts of it just depends on where you are.
Well, I've been here since 2008, so a lot's changed since then. No, I wasn't. When did I get? Yeah, 2008. I moved here in 2008 to do real estate.
It's nice. Is Lago Travis or Williamson?
Lago is Travis.
That's what I thought. So Lago, you can find some really good deals in Lago Vista. But Travis County between here and Austin, no.
Yeah,
you ain't finding nothing.
I mean, you could get a home literally on the water with this program. What you can't do is buy more than $350,000, so it does limit you. But I mean, there's still plenty of houses out here for that range.
Oh, without a doubt,
plenty.
$300,000 home gets you what in Travis County? It all depends on location.
Tell you what, Michael, Michelle. Just kidding. I have a. I still remember that. I have a $312,000 home that I bought out here in Lago. Okay, I sold my home in South Austin. And we just decided we're not spending more money for another house and just playing this game over and over again. We're gonna pay a little less. Plus the school systems out here, I'm a huge fan of.
Yeah, Lago's got great schools,
and I've got a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old special needs. So darn it, I need some good schools, right? But $312,000 got us a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath home, 2 stories
with a huge closet.
Oh, huge! Yes, yeah, clearly. Bottom line is that, it's like 2,400 square feet, and we had 1,300 square feet in our Austin home and sold it for far more than we bought this one for.
And you paid $312
for this home? Yes.
Yeah, that house
$320 by the time we bought it too.
That a house in Dripping Springs, outside of Big Sky. Big Sky, that's probably a similar deal, but that house anywhere else in Dripping Springs is probably going to cost you north of $400,000.
Oh, easily. I saw one downtown that was a 2-bedroom, 1 bath for $700,000 the other day. It's just location, right? By the way, this is the #1 planned community as of 20.
Where do you live? I don't even know.
Lakeside at Tessera.
Oh yeah, Tessera. Mm-hmm.
It was literally the #1, rated #1 new community build in 2019 because of all.
I visited out there. It's beautiful.
Gorgeous, man. The drive is just gorgeous.
It is about 45 minutes from 12 Fox.
Oh,
and I know this because I've got a buddy that lives and a client that lives in not Lakeside of Tessera. Is it Tessera that goes up the hill?
Yeah. Well, no, it goes down from
when you're coming in on 1431, the big neighborhood up to the right, the new one. What is that called?
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I can't remember what it's called though.
Anyway, he lives across from there, and it's 45 minutes to 12 Fox. So it's a haul. You would need a place to stay after you drink.
Just get a self-driving Tesla. You'll be fine.
Yeah, that's right. Somebody else has a self-driving car now too. But going back to that, and Michael, this goes back to the questions that you need to ask when you're doing all this stuff. Okay, so you're talking about this program. If you make less than 78,000 a year, you can afford maybe up to 300,000, depending on how close you are to that.
How much debt you have, really?
And how much debt? Okay, how much debt? But the question is, and again, I told you last week that this is my question on all of these programs. What are the strings that are attached? Can I sell that house at any time and get the money back, or
that one? Got to be Mr. Smarty Pants, don't you? All right, so with that,
that's what we're here for, dude.
So with that one, let me see here. You know what? I'm going to have to look back at this one.
Okay.
This is a program I'm not quite familiar with. I just ran into it, but
study up
about 3 years.
Okay, so as long as you're going to be in it 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, the ones that I love using the most, besides this one, but this one's only limited to Travis County, so I don't get to use it too often. But the one I love using the most is a 3-year forgivable, right? And then so in other words, you live there for 3 years, and after 3 years, you don't have to pay the money back. But they also have an option to take a grant, which is free money. And the day you take the money, it's yours. You can sell the home the next day. That we'd frown on it, but go ahead, right? You don't have to get the money back.
That's right.
That though comes with a higher interest rate because of the risk associated with the bank, right? Now, ask me what that is. So with 3% down payment assistance,
the
difference between a 3-year forgivable and a free off the bat is 0.125% in interest rate.
An eighth of a point, whatever.
Right, at least for the 3% down payment assistance, it changes, based on how much money.
Does it apply to new homes? Can you use it on new homes?
Yes, you can.
Because I'd almost guarantee that most new home lenders do not know about that.
I'll tell you right now, I'd love to get the word out, and for having every one of them call me, because these things pay half as much as the normal loans, but I love using them, so I need to do a lot more.
Oh, that's awesome! Yeah, I mean, that's a volume deal, but.
The guy today that was not offered any of those programs, right? He was just offered the regular builder incentives. Went from $18,000 in closing costs to $2,500 in closing costs by using the program.
Talk about keeping some money in your pocket.
By the way, the builder was giving him a 3.625, and I'm getting him a 3.375.
Jeez,
it's just unfair. It shouldn't exist. But it's
awesome, man.
So everybody tell your friends. I don't know how to get the word out. So tell everybody.
That's it. We'll work on it. Well, man, let's wrap up. We've been on for a little over 40 minutes. It's time. We have covered the gamut of things today.
Love it.
Cool, dude. So thanks. If y'all guys, if you've got lending questions, mortgage questions, whatever, give Steve a call. I think I've got his number on here somewhere. Watch. Wait, where are we? Come on, man. My program's being jinky on me, man. Stephen Babcock, Benchmark Mortgage, 512-497-3742. Stephen Babcock Mortgage. I can say that. I can say that as a joke. You can't say that.
I don't want to look at my son someday and to be like, "Yes, son, I'm going to leave you Babcock Mortgage." I'm already. I like my name, but I don't like my name that much. Not that much.
Worse things. Or you can give me a call if you're looking for some real estate talk. 512-736-1703. After hours real estate.
Cheers.
See y'all later.